Hi, welcome to the Peaceful Home. It is a beautiful spring day here at Riverfront Ranch, and I have finally completed our vacation rental. We will start out on Airbnb and see what happens. It's been quite a journey getting to this point, but I'm excited to give you a tour. If you're new here, I'm Teresa Elling. I'm a professional organizer, parenting coach, wife and homeschool mom to 6 graduated kids, and now the owner of a vacation rental. My husband has helped me quite a bit with the projects for this place. I've done all the decorating, and Kevin is continuing to work on things outside. A front porch is next on the docket. I'll be airing an official video for our Airbnb site, but today is going to be a little bit more of a behind the scenes look. Riverfront Cottage is really a studio. There is a bathroom and a half wall dividing the kitchen dining area from the rest of the place, but the bedroom and living room are all one area. When you walk through the main door, you immediately come to the dining area. My husband and I built this table, and I will do a video on that sometime in the future. It was really easy to do and great if you need to customize your size. This table will seat 6 simply by bringing a bench that's being used as a coffee table over to the dining area. On the opposite wall is this pantry area, and I just love the look of this. There is still a hanging clothes rod that needs to be put up in the top there. We'll get to that soon. I think it's the very last project we have to do. Now, while I loved decorating these shelves, it's very important to leave empty space. When someone comes into your home to stay for a vacation or a trip, they need room. They have suitcases and ice chests and bags and things that need a spot to land. So I purposefully left floor space, the bottom shelf, and one of the middle shelves empty for that purpose. I've always loved collecting baskets, so it was easy to pull from what I had, add a few more thrifted ones to create a basket wall above the dining table, as well as displaying some baskets at the very top of the pantry area. Now, if any of you saw my guest house video before when my daughter was living here, I will link that video below. Nothing much has changed in the kitchen. It pretty much looks the same, but we've done a few little tweaks. We had to make sure the kitchen was fully stocked with everything needed to make any type of meal. So that meant appliances like a microwave, a blender, a rice cooker, and lots of coffee paraphernalia. In addition to a coffee grinder, there are multiple ways to make coffee so that guests will be able to make exactly what they love. The kitchen is one spot where items of decor should function double duty and be able to be functional as well. That's really important if you have limited space. So I was able to take something like cutting boards just stacked against the wall that are functional and beautiful. One of my daughters just purchased a t-shirt that said, "Go green, buy vintage." And that is certainly one of the mottos of my life. The majority of furnishings in this vacation rental were secondhand, vintage, thrifted, yard sale, given to us by friends. Everything kind of came together in a really unique way, and that makes for a unique space. I did have to buy a few of these smaller utensils and all of the appliances new, but all of the dishes, all of the glassware, all of the mugs are all thrifted. There's an amazing spot right on this peninsula with 2 bar stools. It's a great place to just sit and have coffee or breakfast or any meal if there's just 2. But of course that would increase the seating from 6 to 8 if absolutely needed. It's also a great spot where someone can sit and talk to the chef while they're cooking. In decorating the pantry, I was able to use some of my collections, like my blue glass, and some things that I love, like these wooden canisters, as well as my ceramic canisters, and a collection of mugs so that guests can choose whichever one they like. Moving into the living area, the bookcase was one of my favorite things to style. Again, I needed to keep most of the kitchen counters clear. I chose to keep several other spots completely free of any clutter or decor, but the bookcase was my place where I could just go all out. I made sure to gather books on all different kinds of topics, but leaning a little bit towards country, mountain, western themes. I've also got quite a few puzzles. I've got children's games, books, playing cards, just some things that you might want when you're on vacation. I think the first thing that you would notice coming around the corner from the dining area is the gallery wall that I did around the TV. And I had a hard time deciding what to do. The entire interior is painted white, Alabaster by Sherwin-Williams. I found some blue chairs that I thought would be perfect right next to the entertainment center. But the more I looked at it, I really felt like I wanted just a darker color, something that would just be a really great accent wall and would really show off a lot of the paintings for the gallery wall. Because I love white walls so much, going this deep blue was a bit of a stretch for me, but I do not regret it at all. I love the way it looks. I love the way the artwork pops on this wall, and it really makes the TV look intentional in this space. That was a huge goal. It's really hard to decorate around televisions, but I think that this really accomplished what I wanted it to, and it has just a beautiful, serene feeling. Blue color does do that, and it just adds so much to the space. It is probably my favorite thing in here. Now, when we started looking in the middle of the pandemic for furniture, I wanted a medium brown colored leather couch that would be a pull-out bed, would function as a queen for sleeping 2 extra people. We could not find anything at all. There were shortages all over the country, all over the world. There were shipping issues, and we were told twice that we could probably get a pull-out sofa within a year. So we just thought we have to figure something else out, and some wonderful friends of ours were getting rid of this beautiful leather couch, and it is a pull-out queen, and it ended up being perfect for the space. I found these 2 brown leather armchairs on Amazon, and I think they look amazing against the blue wall. Once I painted the wall blue, I couldn't keep my blue chairs, so those had to be returned. And I really love the look of these. The blue pillows were on clearance at Marshall's. I was able to get 3 of those. And the rug here in the living area and also in the entry are both washable rugs. I haven't needed to wash them yet, but I'm really excited to see how that's gonna work. It's a great solution, especially if you have high traffic areas, you have kids. The idea of just throwing a rug in the washer is pretty amazing. I picked up this little sideboard that we're using as an entertainment center at a junk store in Arroyo Grande. This place was just really quirky and funny, and when I walked in there, I spotted it, and it is probably an antique. I just think it's beautiful, especially the handles on this are gorgeous, and it fits the space perfectly. We needed a little desk that would serve not only for an area if someone needs to work while they're on vacation, be on their laptop, whatever it is, they can just pull over a chair from the dining room and have a spot. It also will be a place where we have our guest book, where we will be able to put our house rules and all the things that there are to do in the area. I'm compiling that information right now for our visitors. I found this trunk at a thrift store in Fresno and spotted it across the room and practically ran to it. I believe it was $25, wasn't even a question. The inside of it is pretty torn up, and I plan on redoing that so that it can hold all of the bedding for the sofa bed. I wanted something a little different for curtains in here. I did go with blackout curtains, and they needed to be extra tall. It took a bit to find these, but I really love them. I feel like they're a little bit unexpected, but really complement the rest of the decor. When you're on vacation, you definitely need a spot to put your suitcase, and my husband was kind enough to make this luggage rack for me. He actually made 2. I'll show you where the other one is in just a minute, but it's the perfect size with a little shelf underneath. And what we have in this room is a king bed. It's a memory foam, really comfortable, and we were able to purchase the headboard new, and I thrifted this beautiful piece of artwork to go up above the bed. And I feel like this bed is really cozy and hopefully will be a place of rest and deep sleep for people that stay here. I was able to thrift a threshold rug from Target at Goodwill, and it was brand new, and that was a really great deal to be able to put under the bed. I had these 2 nightstands that were up at our family cabin. I grabbed them. They needed a fresh coat of stain. I'm just wondering if they're not a little bit low. So I would like your opinion. One thing I could do is to put feet on the bottom to raise it up a bit. I'm just not sure. I was trying to think of when I'm in bed and I'm reaching over to get a glass of water or a book or turn off a lamp. Like, do I want the table a little lower, a little higher, right at bed level? So I would love to know what you think. If you could put that down in the comments, what you think I should do with these nightstands, I would appreciate it. I still have time to make some changes, and I can leave them as is, or I could add those little feet on the bottom, which would probably raise it up a good 3 to 4 inches. I'm saving my favorite room for last, so just a quick peek in the bathroom. It's nothing exciting, but it has a bath shower combo. It also has a washer and dryer, which can be a real asset when you're vacationing. I do love these barn doors that slide open and closed in front of the bathroom, and also this little mini room. 2 of my daughters with their husbands stayed here at various times. Now, the first daughter actually used this room as a nursery, and it was the perfect size and just adorable. My second daughter to live here, she and her husband turned it into a walk-in closet. And I don't think I took any pictures of that. I wish I had, because it was really beautiful. When we looked at it, we were trying to figure out how can we utilize this for an Airbnb. And everyone told us get as many beds in there as you can. So my first thought with such a small space would be to put bunk beds in. But we have a ceiling fan. And because it gets over 100 degrees in the summer, the ceiling fans really are necessary. So we didn't want anyone taking their head off, so we decided instead to go for a full bed that we kind of boxed in and made our own frame, our own headboard, and put this beautiful horse painting up above. We call it the horse room, and I just think it's so cute and so fun, and I would love to stay in there. I think it would be a fun spot for a couple of kids to sleep in there, but it certainly can fit 1 to 2 adults if needed. The last thing I wanted to point out that was important to me was to bring live plants into the space. They bring so much life and really a freshness. And it's worth it to me to have to come over and water them and take care of them, because I think it adds so much. One of the most beautiful things about this space is that the mountains and the river are right outside the door. This is the view from the front door. And you're just within walking distance to go lay in the hammock, to go float in the river, to go hike across up into the hills and have a grand adventure. There's a lot of fun things to do here. And I hope that someday some of you will come and visit and stay here. I will put the link to our Airbnb below. It's not up right at the moment, but it should be within the week. So please come and visit. I would love to meet you in person. Thank you so much for joining me today on The Peaceful Home. Have a wonderful day.